100 for 100. Podcast where I took 100 movies that I think every new movie watcher should check out. I ranked them from 100 to 1, and then I wrote 100-word reviews to accompany each one. That's right, I did all that for you, the listeners. It's me, your boy C, the host of this bit of business. Yesterday, we talked about our number 70 spot, The Gladiator, or just Gladiator, sorry, directed by Ridley Scott. Sir Ridley Scott, might I point that out. Today, we're going in a bit of a different direction, a much different direction than fighting gladiator pits. We have our number 69 pick. We finally made it into the 60s, people. We are in the high 60s, and it is Night of the Living Dead. 1968 film directed by George Romero, man. Starring Dwayne Jones, Judith O'Dea. 7 people who are trapped in a rural farmhouse in Pennsylvania, which the undead rise again. Let's get into this 100-word review before anything else here. Let's see what we're talking about. While it's not the earliest example of a zombie film, Night of the Living Dead is what put the genre on the map. Independently produced, it created a cult classic and cemented the idea of the slow, shambling undead that became the prototype. One of the most important aspects of this film is the casting of Dwayne Jones as Ben, an African-American lead that mostly remains calm and collected while attempting to make the best decisions for the group. George Romero makes excellent use of his limited budget to create a film that is tense, engaging, and ultimately tragic. I am a fan of this movie, to say the least. Is it my favorite of the Romero joints? No, it is not. That will always be Dawn of the Dead. I think Dawn of the Dead is the perfect zombie movie out there. And, Shaun of the Dead notwithstanding, I think Dawn of the Dead is it. But, man, it all starts right here with Night of the Living Dead, which is why I put this one on the list, man. You got your slow, shambling zombies, man. You have an African-American dude that's the one, leading the team and giving out orders. And, of course, there's a salty guy that's just like, no, I'm not having this. And you never quite get an explanation of why he's at odds with Ben, but you can infer, I do believe. Maybe I'm looking into it a bit too much, but you can infer. There's other things that don't quite stand the test of time. Like the females in this don't have a whole lot to do but scream and be saved. Shout out to Judith O'Dea because they don't give her a whole lot to do in this movie besides scream and get saved. And then the end, man. So they're holed up. The zombies are coming at them. Waves are coming at them. They're held up in this house. There's about 5, 6 of them, and just one by one, those zombies get them, and then foolish things happen. One leads to another, and just when you think, holy shit, is Ben gonna make it out of this alive? I think he is. And then the fucking cops show up and shoot him dead. Although, Ben could have just came out and said, hey, I'm not one of them. I'm pretty sure that would have stayed some trigger fingers, most of them. But no, his creepy ass just looking through the windows and got shot. It is just a heartbreaking ending to such a good movie. Like when I first saw Night of the Living Dead, I was all invested because there is the running gag of the African-American character is generally the first to die in these joints. Go back and look at Jurassic Park. It happens a lot. It happened enough to be noticed. Let me put it that way. So this dude comes on the scene, and I'm like, oh, okay, so you probably followed the standard formulas here, right? Nope. He's the one running shit. That's another reason why I like Dawn of the Dead, because you have Ken Foree in that movie who makes all sorts of great decisions as well. This one, the black guy's the last guy left. I hadn't seen anything like that in quite some time. Maybe Deep Blue Sea, I think LL Cool J makes it to the end, I think. Been a while. So that was nice to see. It was nice to see myself represented at the very end as a person who just kept a cool head, made smart decisions, and just generally tried to stay alive. And that's what this whole team was doing. And it spawned, the Living Dead trilogy, Night of, Dawn of, Day of. Day of, a little bit weak, in my opinion. But Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, man, it kickstarted a whole something new. to include that Shaun of the Dead, which we talked about a little bit earlier. A direct reference right there. Without Night of the Living Dead, you don't have The Walking Dead, the comic or the show. This was a trendsetter right here. And George Romero did it on a shoestring budget, man. That's great inventiveness and great filmmaking. You're directing at work right there. Number 69, Night of the Living Dead. Check it out.